Hey, hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dummies on the Hardwood. I got Isaac, I got Benny, three dummies giving our unfiltered thoughts and opinions on topics and storylines surrounding the NBA. Today we got a few topics that we're going to go over. We're going to talk about Klay Thompson's return to Golden State. We're going to talk about the Tatum's foul, not on landing space call. And then we're going to talk about fact or fiction with the Lakers. So let's jump right into it. Before we go into that, do you guys have any shout outs?
Shout out to everyone who's supporting us. We appreciate the love and support. Continue to support us on TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you name it. Shout out to my boy Tony. Appreciate you for the shout out. Thank you.
Shout out to all the subscribers who watched. We had over 100 views again, so thank you for your support. Keep that up. We want to get to at least 500 subscribers by then.
Yeah, the more support we get, the better. We appreciate it.
More content, more subscribers.
More content will be coming out soon. And also, too, I'm going to let Bobby announce that, but we are going to be starting to drop 2 episodes now every week, starting this week. So be on the lookout for that.
Sweet. So let's just hop right into this. So Klay Thompson returned to the Bay Area on Tuesday night last week with a strong performance. However, Captain Klay's former Splash brother, Steph Curry, outdueled him. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson both helped the Warriors win 4 rings. And let's be honest, the Warriors have looked impressive without Klay Thompson. So this boats the question. Do you guys think that Steph Curry is dependent on Klay? Or do you think that Steph could win without Klay?
I mean, well, that's actually a really interesting question. I think Steph Curry in some ways he did need Klay Thompson to help him, especially during those years when they were winning, those championship years. I do believe that Thompson really did help Curry. However, I think Steph has always been Steph Curry. Like, obviously you can see, the magnitude and the impact that Steph Curry has on the Warriors. I mean, let's be real. The Warriors this year, they're 10-2. They're the top team in the West.
Easy
right?
schedule.
But look at it from this standpoint. Here's some stats I pulled up, right? Throughout the years with the Warriors, right? With Steph Curry, they win about 70% of their games. Without him, they're only winning like 40 or 50% of those games. So this bodes the question, did Klay Thompson's legacy, was Klay Thompson's legacy dependent on Steph and Curry? That's what I think the real question should be. Because we've all seen Klay Thompson, there were nights when he was struggling, he was inconsistent, he wasn't himself. Or, you know what I mean? But granted, he had that one game where he hit like 30-some points in the third quarter, but I'm just saying, I think Steph Curry was never really needed Klay Thompson. This just proves, case in point, that the Warriors never needed Klay Thompson. I'm just keeping it real.
I think you're forgetting a Game 6 Klay against the Thunder when they completed the 3-1 comeback. Who scores those points?
Yeah, you could say that, but I mean, like, bro, like the Warriors, they've been better without Klay Thompson. In my opinion, my personal opinion, I think the Warriors never really needed Klay Thompson. I think he helped with the legacy, for the Golden State Warriors. If anything, I would argue that Draymond's more valuable than Klay. That's my argument. I think Draymond Green brings that toughness that the Warriors needed.
Yeah,
and Thompson did.
Getting ejected is very helpful. Very helpful.
Look, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say he's the brightest apple in the room, but I mean, like, bro, like, he's still someone you would want. He's an enforcer. Like, he's made some questionable decisions, but I'm still gonna say that, I think he was more valuable than Klay.
Look, I think that Klay Thompson really, he really made the Warriors. Game 6 Klay, like what you mentioned, Isaac. Do I think that Steph Curry needed to have Klay throughout his career? Yes and no. There were moments where Steph needed Klay to hit big shots because, I mean, Steph had some off nights, and he needed Klay to step up, and then Klay stepped up.
We could put it like this. Steph needs another consistent shooter next to him. Why do you think Buddy Hield's thriving?
Yeah,
But
that's a
also,
valid
too,
point.
we're forgetting how Draymond Green was setting up Steph Curry on those 3 balls. We forget about that. Without those, I mean, think about it. It's obviously Draymond Green. He's a 4, but I mean, he passes like a point guard. I mean, he makes the next play. He makes the next read. You can't sit here and tell me that Curry ain't hitting. He the top 3-point shooter without Draymond helping him. Steph, if anything,
I think
Klay Thompson was his
Steph
Robin.
could create his own shot without.
I'm not saying he
without
can't.
Draymond
I'm not
Green.
saying
Yeah.
he can't, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, Draymond Green helped him. What did Thompson do? He was his sidekick. That's just my personal opinion.
It's arguable Draymond Green cost them championships as well. So
I'm not going to deny that either
so-
way.
If it was Klay or Draymond who's more valuable, I'd rather take Klay because I can count on him more than Draymond being on the court and letting his temperament ruin the team.
Yeah, if we're talking about who can stay on the court, I would take Klay Thompson, and if you're asking who provides more in terms of all around play, I'm taking Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
look, like and like I said, Draymond Green, he's not going to average like 20 points a night, but he's going to give you a solid 10. He's going to get you 8 assists. He's going to get you 10 rebounds. He's going to do the little things, 2 blocks and 3 steals. He's going to do those little things. So you can't underestimate Draymond Green's value. Let's not talk about, let's not forget about him.
Let's take Klay out of the equation. Does Steph Curry win those 4 rings without Klay Thompson?
No.
Absolutely. Well, y'all
Really?
look at me at that. I think he personally could. I think he could.
In what world? Who is his
How
offensive
so?
buddy?
How so?
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, if you look at those championship teams that they had back then, who's on their team? They had Iguodala. They had Draymond Green. Obviously, they had Kevin Durant when he was there. They had Klay Thompson. Look at these
take
stats.
Klay out of the
Okay,
equation, though.
okay,
Take Klay out of the
put it like this,
equation.
Put it like this. 2015, Stephen Curry's first year and first time he wins his ring, he's putting up 26, 6, and 5. Playoffs, right? Check out his stats. 16 and 7 in the playoffs. The Warriors were 16 and 7 in the playoffs. And we're taking out Klay. Just imagine with no Klay. They played the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's be real, the Cavaliers suck.
At that time,
They weren't that good. No.
Hold on.
2015, 2016. Hold up.
Hold on. No. Kyrie was hurt. Kevin Love was hurt.
Oh,
You're saying
come
this?
on,
You're saying
bro.
this.
Come on, man. They weren't that. Come on, the Cavs. Look, let's keep it real.
Kyrie broke his leg.
Oh, okay, I get that.
Kneecap.
But
Yeah,
look at
kneecap.
look at it from this standpoint, right? We all knew that the Warriors were better than the Cavs. Let's keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. No, don't. No, Isaac. No, no.
So you're
the Cavs had no bench.
they had a big 3.
Yeah, a big 3, but I mean, like
they played a depleted Cavaliers team.
That's my point. That's my point.
Even without them, LeBron took them 6 games.
So
Just saying.
They still won.
So answer that question though. If Klay Thompson was not with the Warriors, do you think Stephen Curry's going to beat the Cavaliers?
By
Absolutely
himself?
not.
By himself? I mean, the way Curry's been playing. I mean, if I'm looking at his records with Curry, and I'm just assuming Klay Thompson's not in the mix. I personally think yes, he could.
In 145 career games without Klay Thompson, Steph Curry averages 28, 5, and 5.
So what does that say?
But who is the second option behind Curry?
Yeah, who's the
That's
second
thing.
option?
Who's going to replace that scoring?
Who's on that 2015 team that I can think about?
Sean Livingston,
Harrison
Barnes.
You really think they're
Yeah.
going to make up for Klay Thompson's absence?
No, they're not going to make up for Klay Thompson's
Leandro
absence. but-
Barbosa.
I mean, that team.
Yeah, Leandro Barbosa.
David Lee, I think, was on that team.
Most
yeah, I
space.
mean, dude, they had a steady team as is.
Yeah. They're not winning. They're not winning
They're
without
not
Klay
winning
Thompson.
without Klay
They're not winning
Thompson.
without Klay
I
Thompson.
personally think they could.
You are insane.
I personally think
So what you're saying is you think Curry is Jordan. You think Curry is Jordan. Jordan could single-handedly carry a team.
Yeah. I personally think Steph Curry's a Jordan. I think he can carry a team.
Do you think with that roster, Steph Curry's roster in 2015, with Klay Thompson being the second best player, and then Draymond Green, and then you got some solid role players, Sean Livingston, Mo Spates, David Lee. You really think that Golden State Warriors team is going to the finals?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. We're not
Absolutely.
arguing his greatness. We're
I'm not
arguing
arguing
if
his
he can
greatness.
win a title by himself.
Can he win a title by himself? Yes or
Can
no?
he win a title by himself?
Can Steph Curry win a title without Klay Thompson?
Can he win a title by himself?
No, he cannot.
No, he can't.
It's
Okay.
debatable.
I'm gonna ask you right now.
Oh, it's debatable.
Would
What's
LeBron-
debatable about that?
Would LeBron win a title without D-Wade? If he never went to Miami, if he stayed in Cleveland?
No,
No.
he wouldn't.
Okay, then why would
Okay.
you get rid of Klay Thompson, one of the greatest shooters in history, and you're saying Curry can win by himself?
I still think he
Who
can
is
get it by
offense?
himself.
Why? Why do you think Steph Curry can win by himself?
This is fucking Steph Curry. 28.
We're not questioning him.
Hold on. 28, 5, and 5. Bro, like, look, this man, like what he's done for the Warriors, he is one of the, with Steph Curry on the team, the Warriors are just so dominant. It doesn't matter. Like, if you eliminate Klay, yes,
Steph
he could.
No, he cannot.
wins without Klay Thompson. It's a simple answer. Yes.
Yes, he can.
No,
Yes,
he
he
cannot.
And why can he, Benny? Help me understand, because I don't understand.
Hold on.
Why
Would
y'all
the
look at me like
Celtics
that?
have won without Jaylen Brown last year?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Hell no.
Absolutely
Hell
not.
no.
Absolutely not.
No, no,
I-
no, 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 no,
absolutely
no,
not.
no, no. Hell no.
Absolutely
Hell
not.
no.
Yeah.
No.
I'm
So-
not saying we would have
so-
won, but I'm saying
Look-
without Jaylen Brown.
Look at it like this, okay? You know, when the Warriors played the Cavs, right? Curry had that 37-point game in game 2. He dropped 37, okay? Obviously, at the time, he had KD, right? We all knew what KD could bring, right? So we're just assuming Klay Thompson's not in the mix. Just assume Klay Thompson's not in the mix. I think that Curry provides that playmaking. He provides that scoring. He's the vocal leader for that team. That man will single-handedly carry the Warriors. He will will them. And keep this in mind. Keep this in mind against the Mavs last Tuesday. What did he say? Klay Thompson didn't want to talk to him. What did he say? What did he say? Remind me what he said. This is my shit. This is my shit. That's his shit. It wasn't Klay Thompson shit. Klay Thompson, and let's be real, Klay Thompson, he was always spiteful of Stephen Curry. You can argue it or not, but there was a report that came out basically saying Klay Thompson didn't want to even make eye contact with Steph Curry. He did it. He really did. To me, that makes no sense, man. This man carried you, Klay. This man carried you. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing.
Isaac, what do you have to
God,
say?
man.
I mean, it's arguable, but of course, we're not questioning his greatness. We're questioning, can he win by himself?
Yes, he could.
No, he can't.
With who?
With who?
With who?
Draymond?
He's got a
Harrison
strong support
Barnes?
system. Yes, he
Take out
does.
Klay Thompson.
Yes,
Who?
I'm taking out Klay
Who?
Thompson. They got
Who?
Draymond. They got Harrison
You're
Barnes.
telling me Draymond Green's gonna help.
We're
You're telling me
saying-
Draymond
Yes,
Green is gonna help.
With this,
Absolutely.
Draymond
Absolutely.
Green and Steph Curry are going to the finals without Klay
Harrison
Thompson.
Barnes-
You're
Harrison
telling me that.
Barnes-
You're telling me that.
Forget about you.
You're
Y'all
telling me that.
forget about
You're
Harrison
telling me
Barnes.
that.
Y'all forget about Harrison Barnes. Do not sleep on that cat, man. Don't sleep on him.
Outside of Steph. Outside of
Harrison
Steph.
Barnes.
I don't
want
want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
all right.
What
I
I
don't wanna
just
hear
said.
that.
All right.
I don't-
Let's
I don't
move
know.
on.
I don't
This
know
is
about
already
that.
taking
No,
up
no,
a lot
no,
of
no,
it.
no,
Let's just
no,
move on.
Nah.
Let's move on.
No. So, anyways, can Steph Curry win without Klay Thompson?
Yes.
Would he be able to win his 4 rings? No.
Me and Bobby say no.
No.
Benny says yes. What do you guys think? We'll put a poll or let your comments be known, and then we'll react to it next week. Really quick, I want to give credit to where it's due, unfortunately. I got a shout out to the Phoenix Suns. This is painful. They're 9-4.
Isaac's favorite team.
Isaac, what have we been telling you about the
Isaac's
Suns?
favorite team.
What have we been saying about
Hold
the
on,
Suns?
hold on, relax. Mr. Devin Booker's the number one option. I got some numbers
He's
for you
still
guys.
a number one option.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
All right, 2 of 10 from the Thunder. They got absolutely destroyed, and they lost to the Timberwolves tonight. They're 1-2 without KD. Without Kevin Durant, they're just a 500 team. They don't even make the playoffs.
That's cap. That's straight cap.
Without Kevin Durant, they're missing 27 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, a block, and a steal. Who's going to make up for that? And don't you dare say Bradley Beal because he's only
Yes, Bradley
he's only
Beal
18 points.
depleted. So first of all, Bradley Beal is out. KD is out. So there goes half your offense. Outside of Devin Booker, who are you going to rely on?
But he's a number one option, you guys said.
He's a number one
you guys said
option.
he's a number one
Right.
option.
He's a number one option.
He put up 40 today, right?
Okay.
He put up 40. He put up 44. He put up 44
Cool. Did he win
today.
the game?
No, he didn't.
Okay, then.
So Devin Booker's the number one option.
He's not the number one option.
He's a number
it's
one
KG.
option. He's a number one option.
It is Kevin
Bro,
Durant.
Dude, it was 1A. Put it like this: 1A, 1B. That's
1A
it.
and 1B is
It
Kevin
was
Durant.
always Booker's team before KD came.
And where did he take him?
Okay. And that argument holds no validity, bro. That argument holds no validity.
No validity.
Can Anthony Edwards carry a team if we're talking about this same debate?
I would trust Anthony Edwards over Devin Booker.
I would too, but I mean, Devin Booker.
They're both young players, bro. I still think think Devin Booker could carry a team.
How come
I still think
never
so, man.
before they traded for Chris Paul and Kevin Durant, he took them to the playoffs? He never ever did. Anthony Edwards missed it 1 year, hasn't missed it.
So we're basing that off. So we're basing off taking to the playoffs. That's what we're basing it off of.
Yeah, man.
I don't know
Just
about all
saying.
that.
You're saying he's a
I don't
number
know
one
about
option.
that.
Ant's a number one option. Lost 1 year, then has kept them in the playoffs.
Well. Hear me out on this one. Anthony Edwards. If we're gonna talk about that, with those two, you know what I mean. The maturity level. Ant needs to mature. Booker is more mature than Ant, in my opinion. I still think that Booker can carry a team.
Nope.
If he had the right support system around him during his time in Phoenix.
Nope.
Granted, he didn't have a support system. Anthony Edwards was put into a good situation. So I'm just gonna say it for what it is. He had Cat, bro. That was Cat's team before Cat's ass got shipped. No. Real hoopers, no. Come on, man. It was always Booker's team.
Never.
Before
real
KD
hoopers.
came.
You know that, right? It was always Booker's team, right? Always
Yeah,
Booker's
yeah.
team. Before the Wolves drafted Anthony Edwards, it was Cat's team.
It was.
Cats.
Of course.
It was.
It was
keeping it
Cats.
real.
All right, another shout out. Rockets, they're 9-4. They have 15th offense, 3rd defensively. Over 7 players are averaging double-digit scoring.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Rockets are one of those young, surprising
You
teams.
can't really sleep on that team. You
Yeah,
really can't.
And they got a treasure trove of young talent on that roster that they need to offset, which we will be talking about in a later episode.
And really quick, I have my pick for most improved player, Norman Powell.
Yes, I would vouch
The
for that.
man is averaging, he went from 14 points. He's averaging 24, 3 assists,
Yep.
3 rebounds,
Yup.
48% from
Most
3,
improved
Most
player.
improved.
49% from the
Most
field.
improved
Most
player.
No drop in
As
efficiency.
he said when Paul George left, addition by subtraction. Addition by subtraction.
So I just was watching the Clippers game earlier today, and I just saw a crazy stat. Norman Powell is shooting above 50% and pull-up threes.
That's insane.
That is ridiculously insane.
This
I think
dude.
he's top. Man, I think he's number 2 or
And
number
people
3 in the league.
I think he's number 2.
number 2. Yeah,
And people
It's number
forget
2.
about him when he was in Toronto. He was key with the Raptors.
Yeah.
And he helped the Raptors that year.
Really quick, you mentioned Paul George. I want to mention something controversial about the Sixers. I think Rookie of the Year is going to be Jared McCain, and he's the 3rd best player on the 76ers roster
Over who?
over Paul George.
Oh, come on.
Hey, he's been healthy and available. He's actually efficient.
I get it. I get it, bro.
I see the logic, guys.
but it's
I
just
see the
1
logic,
year.
but
It's just 1
it's
year.
just
I know, but
it's recency
Caleb,
bias.
Caleb Martin's trash right now, unfortunately. So is Drummond. So
Yeah.
is Oubre. So is Eric Gordon, who has been stepping up. The
Jared
rookie
McCain.
Jared McCain. Sorry, I said it wrong.
Yeah, I agree, but I mean, like, dude, like, I'm not saying he's a 3rd option, dude. I'm still taking Embiid. I still got PG, and I still got Tyrese Maxey.
When you really
McCain is 4th.
can you depend on Paul George for help?
Yeah, I'll still trust on him.
I don't
Bro,
think so.
okay, so you're telling me you would trust Jared McCain throughout the year? What? Bro, just till PG's hurt.
If
man.
if this was peak PG, yes, but this is older PG, unfortunately.
No, I still take PG. I like Jared McCain, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I think
Jared
PG.
McCain is up there in Rookie of the Year.
He has
talks.
to be Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
besides
he's-
Dunn from the Sun. What's his name? Dunn.
Ryan Dunn.
Dalton Connect though, he's making a case too. These past few games.
Dalton Connect. He put up 27 yesterday against the Pelicans in his taking over Rui Hachimura. You can make the case that he is actually probably the He's what the Lakers needed in terms of shooting, outside spacing, and bench production.
Definitely. And then one more thing. I just want to go over MVP. Who do you guys have for MVP so far?
Oh, gosh. Anthony Davis.
MVP.
I'll give you guys my 5 once Benny gives his response.
Who can I think about right now for MVP? Who's balling out? Who's carrying their team right now? Jesus Christ, man. It can go anywhere. Like, I like SGA of the Thunder. SGA looks nice.
Man, just pick one.
SGA.
SGA's your... Oh, yeah, I wouldn't argue with that.
SGA.
Isaac, who's yours?
All right. So right now, my hierarchy of MVP, who I think will win it this year, I got Anthony Davis right at the top. I got Joker second. I got Tatum third, and I got Mitchell fourth.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
The way Anthony Davis
He's
is
averaging 31 points, 3 assists, shooting 43% from 3 and 56% from the field. He is carrying the Lakers on his back.
Hold up, Isaac. Tell me, reread those stats one more time. Listen, Laker fans, listen to this.
31 points, 3 assists, 43% from 3, 56% from the field. He is carrying the Lakers.
Mr. Anthony Davis is carrying the Lakers. And where are the Lakers right now? In the top 3 out west.
It's a three-way tie between you, the Suns, and
the Rockets.
The Rockets.
Yep. So the Lakers, I mean, they've made some improvements this year, and I'm excited to see where they go.
Yeah, Tatum's up there. If he didn't have, not trying to like dissuade you, but if he didn't have that much stacked roster, his case would be stronger. AD's carrying this team and like literally leading them. When, let's be honest, their expectations were very, very low. Me and you weren't really high on it, Benny.
I'm still not high on it, but
I think you guys will make moves. But we'll talk about a possible trade later on.
Yeah, we'll talk about that all later, man.
Anyways, about Tatum, the other day against the Bucks, Giannis went into Tatum's landing space and Tatum rolled up his ankle, giving him a questionable tag against the Nets a few days back. So what do you guys think about that call?
I mean, it goes back to what the NBA did. Obviously, you guys remember when Zaza Pachulia landed in Kawhi Leonard's landing zone. I mean, guys, like, it's clear and blatant. And all you get was I'm sorry, I missed it. How the fuck do you miss that?
I feel Giannis's actions and just choices he's just frustrated. The Bucks are absolutely getting demolished this season.
I mean, that's why the Zaza Pachulia rules in, man.
And Giannis, and what Giannis is doing is inexcusable. Like, let's just be real. What he's doing right now, I mean, I get you're frustrated. I get all that. But you don't go out there and you start doing stuff to people like that. You don't go up into people's landing spaces like that. Because you know better than that.
Also, too, like, this is just what the NBA rules define for the Zaza rule, right? So, momentum or recklessness, a defender closing out too aggressively or with poor control risk causing collisions or awkward landings. Right there, like, if you watch the highlight, it's clear as day. Giannis literally closes into his shooting space, gives Tatum no spot to land. You gotta be kidding me, man. Like, we can't keep missing these calls. Obviously, Draymond Green, Dylan Brooks, all these players who are causing these unnecessary flagrant fouls. But it also begs the question, like, yes, we do like this. We don't want people getting hurt, right? We do like the physical aggression. And that's what we're lacking in this league. So it's that fine line we got to cross. You know?
And you forget at the end of the day, the NBA is a business. Because if they do make that call, that's a flagrant 2, and Giannis is out the game.
It's inconsistency.
And you know what happens if the Giannis isn't in the game? The Bucks lose. So do you think the NBA really wants that to happen to the Bucks?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
It's not business,
so
man.
it goes back to that star treatment. If that was any other player, they would have probably made that call.
I want to bring that up since you said star treatment. Like, what, probably 10 years ago? Over like 10 years ago. Didn't Kobe ask for a trade? And
he did.
You guys didn't trade him. You guys improved the roster and eventually won. Let me remind you, with the Bulls too, they didn't like Jerry, what was his name?
Jerry Sloan.
Jerry Sloan. They could not stand him. But did he care? No, he built a championship contender. They three-peated.
Jerry Krause, you mean?
Jerry Krause.
Jerry Krause.
They three-peated twice. So, unfortunately, this is a star-driven league, but I think players have gotten way too much power. Giannis is facing the consequences of his actions. Let's put it this way.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
And the reason he kind of like was reckless with Tatum, been his biggest thorn in his career, being in the Eastern Conference. they have prevented him from winning so many titles and advancing further. You don't think that bothers Giannis
I
over
would
the years,
agree,
especially last year when they dominated everyone, unfortunately?
And especially like, you know what I mean? Like the Bucks historically, they've only beat the Celtics once. You know what I mean? That's when the Celtics had Kyrie Irving, right? But again, it goes back to the star treatment. I mean, I'm just making the call and the plea, and there's got to be consistency. Like, stop sitting here and not and swallowing and choking the whistle, for lack of a better term, because there's too many players that are getting hurt like that. Look, Kawhi Leonard. Look at Jason Tatum again. Like, you're not making that call. You're not blowing the whistle. I mean, what's going on? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, and that's what fans have been saying. It's just too inconsistent. There's got to be consistency. I get it's a business. You got to make money, but at what expense? You got to protect your athletes. You got to protect your players.
At the end of the day, the NBA is not going to care.
They don't give a shit, man.
They don't give a shit. At the end of the day, it's a business.
Really quick, I want to address like why fans are asking why don't the Bucks do a trade? Unfortunately, they are part of the second apron. Are you guys familiar with the second apron?
Yeah, sort of, kind of.
So since they're in the second apron and they're a repeated offender, they can't combine small salaries in order to acquire a bigger salary. So say they want to get, this is just a fever dream, Donovan Mitchell, they would trade various role players. So that way they have Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez.
So it's matching salaries?
Matching salaries. Unfortunately, they can't do that right now. So the only way they could do it is a player swap for swap. So they would have to trade Giannis, Lillard, Brook Lopez, or Bobby Portis Jr. realistically. Because if they trade one of their rookies, they can only go with based on what his salary is. So say a rookie's salary is about like 2.5 million. They can only trade back for someone who's worth 2.5 million since they're a repeated offender, unfortunately. So that's what's really hampering. They can't just do a trade. They would have to trade one of their big pieces, which would probably disrupt the team. But let's be honest, is there any moves out there that can possibly make the Bucks season better? I can't honestly think of no other moves.
We talked about in previous episodes.
We have, for those, if you guys really want to watch Backcourt Dummies, our next episode,
backcourt banter,
excuse me. I mean, we have a trade actually that involves the Bucks. So if you want to figure out who we talk about, watch that episode.
It'll be dropping on Wednesdays at 7.
Yeah. And so anyway, yes, that closeout was reckless. And obviously Karma's a bitch, because what happened yesterday against the Hornets? Giannis drives against LaMelo Ball. Oh, but they used the challenge. God, man, they used a damn challenge. When it was clear as day, LaMelo didn't touch Giannis. Giannis just tripped by himself.
You mean LaMelo?
Or it was the other way around. It was the other way around.
I was like, hold on.
So everything I just said the other way around. So, yes, that was just like, it was a big choke, right? And so Karma, you get what you deserve. But also, too, man, if you don't like what the NBA has to do, you're going to get fined anyway. I mean, it's just stupid. Like, we just got to call out the refs. They fuck up. Like, it's blatant.
It is. Yeah.
Officiating has really gone like iffy this season. I just noticed.
And I also think too, it's just physicality. They wanted the league to be more physical, but I get that there's some calls that you just have to make, like the Giannis call. You have to make that call.
You have to.
It's right in front of you. You cannot miss that.
Yeah, and if he gets a sorry, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Tatum said afterwards, that's something I could have been out for 6 weeks or whatever. For me, that shit is frustrating when all you get is a sorry. I missed it.
And guess what? Tatum didn't get fined. Did I hear Tatum fined? No.
I gotta agree with Jaylen Brown.
Bro.
Remember his statement, Giannis is a child? He is acting like a child, honestly. Unfortunately.
The Bucks ain't fucking winning games.
So that gives him a right to act like a child? I don't think so. Really quick. God, what was my point? Yeah, keep going. If I remember, I'll tell you guys.
And the other day you guys mentioned that Stephen A. Smith thinks that the Lakers can make the conference finals.
You guys need pieces. We've talked about this, but I think they can make it if the cards play right. But if you guys move, but don't, for the love of God, please don't trade those picks. Don't trade those picks.
Yeah. Yes, it's. Can the Lakers make it? Yeah, I say it tentatively. Yeah, but they're just so fucking inconsistent.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give them out of 10, probably like a 4, a chance to make it to the conference finals.
Yeah, I'd give them like a 5.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
with the Lakers, I'm just gonna be real. Yes, they're inconsistent. Do I think that they could make it to the conference finals? Yes, but they need to make a move.
on matchups too.
Yeah, they need to make them. They need to make a move for a center.
Like if
I
you
really
guys
do.
get the Grizzlies first round, that's easy pickings for you guys, because the Grizzlies, I gotta say, are the most inconsistent team, like one of the most inconsistent teams.
Way inconsistent.
Yep, I would agree with that.
But yeah, I think the Lakers can make the Western Conference Finals. However, there's a lot of injuries going on in the NBA. I wonder what's going on with that. Zion's out, Chet Holmgren's out, Hardenstein.
It's that load management. It's all that
bull crap.
It's all that. Oh, I'm gonna take that rest day and then not play and then get hurt. And that's what it is. Just call for what it is.
Oh, really quick, I want to touch upon. So we can evaluate the Knicks trade with the Wolves trade. It hasn't really worked out for either team.
And you know, it's early in the season. You know, we go ahead. Isaac.
Here's the thing: Cat has never been a good rim defender, and I think he's getting exposed. Do you know how much opponents are shooting at the rim with Cat guarding the rim? Over 85%.
Yikes!
Over 85%. And that Knicks team, I feel they shouldn't have messed with the chemistry that they had. They shouldn't have traded. They should have kind of like went over the tax to sign Isaiah Hardenstein. He's more of a defense. Yes, Cat is better offensively, but he's giving it up right at the other end. And I think Gobert really hid that last year against when he was with the Timberwolves. Now Cat's trying here to like make up for it as much as he can offensively, but you can only do so much if shots aren't falling. You got to block a shot. You got to get a rebound. You got to defend the rim. And I don't think the Knicks are going to go as far as they should this year, but maybe next year, because the first year is probably like the hardest year when you're implementing new players, especially when it's like a month before training camp.
I still think the Wolves are going to be fine. They'll sneak in.
I mean,
they'll sneak into a top five.
Long term, it's a better move, but I don't think Julius Randle's a long term.
No, obviously you get him, you flip him, but I mean, I think right now, you know, I trust the Wolves more than I trust the Knicks.
What do you guys think? Do you guys trust the Wolves or the Knicks more right now, or who do you think has a brighter future? Let us know. Comment, like.
All right. You guys have anything else to say before we close out this episode?
No, I don't got nothing. I just appreciate all the support and love we get.
Question: Will the Cavaliers streak still live past? Is it tomorrow or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Will it live past Tuesday? What do you think, Bobby?
Yes. No.
I want to say yes, but my gut says no. I feel only because it's weird. Donovan Mitchell got rest, but I don't think that's gonna help. But we'll see. This will be like the first.
It'll be a real test.
I feel like the first shrewd test as the Eastern Conference. Where
I think we'll get a really good feel for where the Cavs are. But just to be real, 15-0 to start the season is remarkable.
Absolutely,
that was with Donovan Mitchell resting.
Yeah,
I said, I'm give credit where credit is due. I'm just gonna say, you know, like I said before off camera, like this Cavs beat the Celtics. I'm gonna give the Cavs their flowers, and they'll own the East. They own the East as of right now.
I mean, the only thing is it's regular season. We'll see if it translates to the playoffs. Look what happened. What was it like? There's been like so many teams that start off so good, but they haven't historically been like the best.
Look at the Warriors, 73-9, the best record in the league, and what happened? They lost in 2016
in a 3-1 lead.
3-1 lead to the fucking Cavaliers.
Anyways, thank you guys for listening. Please like and subscribe on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Also, what would you guys like for us to talk about? Please leave comments in the comment section. We do appreciate all the engagement. Before we go, do you guys have any other shout outs?
Just like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to Pierre for always listening to the episode. It always gives me a hard time Monday mornings. Damn you, Pierre. But I appreciate that.
Shout out to my boy Tony. We appreciate you, Dubs fans out there. You know what I mean? We appreciate all the support we get from and love in the Bay Area. Thank you.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Devin. This episode's for you, dude. Golden State Warriors.
Lucky.
Yeah, area.
Anyways, guys, we do have another episode just going to be dropping Wednesday. This one's going to be Backcourt Dummies, so please be on the lookout for that feed.
Backcourt Dummies, yes, sir.
Anyways, guys, good night.
Backcourt Banter. Fuck.
1, 2.